Welcome back to the survival challenge, and today train has just been passed. That's really annoying, but also we have cleared a load of lumber since the last video. You can see we have made a nice clear area here. Most of the stuff that's not on the hills is now cleared. That's so we can mow that area for hay, which we're probably going to get to in that video. So we have timber loaded up on the Unimog and a big stack of trees here that are yet to be processed. I'm still toying with the idea of putting them on the train that just went past. If we leased it, we could stop it here and load those up and not have to cut them up too much. May do that still, not sure. If not, we might just store them there for now. So let's roll the intro and get these up. The other thing I'm going to do is the productions are pretty full, so the carpentry and the greenhouses. So we're going to sort that out as well. And then we're going to progress to making hay probably. Let's roll the intro. So we're just pulling into the fuel station because pretty much out of fuel, and it's on the way to the biomass heating plant where we're going to deliver this to. I had to modify one of the logs because it was catching on the back of the Unimog because they are quite big chunks of wood. I should probably have cut them down a little more maybe, but was just trying to quite quickly clear a large area. That should do us 500 euros. I guess diesel's expensive these days, huh? Anyway, as I said, we're going to get this wood sold. The rest of the trees I'm going to leave just to season there. I just wanted to get the tree cutting done. Then going to look at a skid steer of some sort for clearing out the productions. I have the Avant, I think it is, like little loader things installed. They're fairly cheap, so I'm going to pick one of those up. And I think between the load bed on the back of the Unimog and the low loader trailer we have, we can probably drive that up to the carpentry, load up the pallets that we have and take those to be sold. And hopefully that little skid steer will be easier for getting the lettuces out of the greenhouses as well. So that's the plan. And we're then going to jump forwards to May to do probably some hay cutting, I think, and then after that next video we're probably going to jump forwards to harvest, because I really want to get to harvesting the sugar cane. Oh, don't stack it, don't stack it. Oh Jesus. Look away, everyone. Looks like we're bringing the tractor up, not a skid steer, to get that cleared. Don't watch. Yeah, don't watch. I'm not sure how I managed to unhook those. But that was not ideal. That's outtake material right there. I think we are massively overloading these trailers. Think. Is it going to let me sell them while they're strapped down? Yep. It's 6,500 euros for the first lot. And then another nearly 4,000 euros. That's not bad, is it? Probably been a lot more if we hadn't left some of them down by the road. What are you going to do? Let's just check we haven't left too much of a mess. We're not blocking the road, we're not in the field, so I think we'll come back and deal with that in a bit. Wondering if we can hook up one of the log trailers and the low loader to bring the tractor up here to sort that out. And we might as well use that then to do the pallets. I think we'll time lapse that. So future me will be with you in a bit to sort out the mess that current me just made. Well done, old you. Great job screwing that up completely. So I couldn't get a way of hooking everything up, so we are driving the John Deere up to the mess, just grabbing some diesel on the way, and we're gonna load up all these logs. Some of them are light enough actually that we can pick them up, so we could have tidied some of this up anyway. Anything under 200 kilos you can pick up, so only a couple of bits. So let's clear up this mess. Thankfully we didn't mess up any of the farmer's crop in the field, and we didn't leave any blocking the road, so that's a positive, I guess. Yeah, well done me, did a great job there. And this log is really bugged. I wonder whether that was what caused the issue. I'm going to have to use super strength to get that on the trailer, because it doesn't seem to have any collisions anymore. I wonder if that was what caused things to go a little bit nuts. Yeah, oh well, to get these sold. Another couple of grand in the bank. We are getting a nice stockpile of cash now, and then let's go and have a look at the furniture. We'll see if we can use the log grapple to load that up. If we can fit it on the flatbed on the back of the Unimog, we could just take that over and get it sold. But I don't think this is going to work. These pallets don't have great collisions actually. So I think it might be time to go and sort out the skid steer loader that we were talking about. As I said, I did have the Avant pack installed, but they are so small that they can't pick up what we need them to pick up. Just pointing out that the Crammer has an electric and a methane powered version, which is really cool. I had not spotted that in that mod. But we're going to spend 35,000 euros on the base game New Holland skid steer and a set of pallet forks. We can afford that at this point, and I think it's going to be really useful to have in the future, hopefully. And we can use it for bale loading and stuff like that as well. Just give the John Deere a bit of a break. Now let's tidy up the pallet that we have on there already. And then these furniture pallets are obviously very heavy because the skid steer is only just picking it up. So yeah, that's not ideal, but we can do this. Yeah, there we go. Hoping that I can get all 4 pallets onto the back of the Unimog. I don't think there's a 5th pallet that's going to spawn. I haven't worked out whether this has paid off or not yet. Whether it was worth the 60 grand that we spent on the furniture factory, carpentry, I think it is. I guess we can sell it when we move on, but we'll get, I think, half of that back, which is not too bad, I guess. Right, let's try and send this back down to the farm with a helper, and we will head over to the farm shop to sell the furniture. I'm not sure why farm shop wants to buy flat pack furniture, but yeah, seems like the worker doesn't want to work for that, so we're just going to park this out of the way and we'll come back and collect it, because yeah, don't know. And we'll just go cross country with this to get it delivered to the farm shop. So it's really heavy, these pallets, making the Unimog very twitchy. But 26,000 euros nearly, so really happy with that. The skid steer on the back is quite heavy for the pickup to pull, given the pickup is a battered mess. So we're going to try and get the pallets of lettuce loaded up now, and again, this is a good use of the skid steer. Hopefully we can use it to get into the tight area between the 2 greenhouses that we stupidly created when we were setting this up. Should be easier than the tractor, at least. Yeah, that's going to work. Not the neatest, but definitely easier than getting the tractor in there. Worth it already, I think, just for the ease of doing that. It's going to be good for doing wool pallets as well, and the wool price is still good, so we are going to get those loaded up. We're going to see if we can pick both up at once, which not really. No, they're obviously quite heavy as well, or this skid steer needs some weight welded to the back of it. But they are loaded up as well, so we'll get all this sold, trip to the spinnery, and then back to the farm shop. And I keep getting into the fuel tank, so the fuel tank is enterable. I do love where this spinnery is up on the hillside. It's really nice. And 7 grand for the... No, it didn't crash. Maybe it did. 7 grand for the wall, and let's see what we're going to get for the 4 pallets of lettuce. Quite a bit. Another 6 grand. Happy with that. And we also have eggs to load up and sell. I think we've got almost 6 full pallets of eggs from the chicken coops that we have now, and then that part pallet that's on the back of the Unimog, which was from the little original chicken coop that we brought, that we sold off I think in the previous video. So this should be good. This should be a pretty hefty payout for the eggs. Ignore the scrambled ones, they're fine. They are magic indestructible eggs. They're actually in a special crate, which means that when you throw them through the air, they're absolutely fine. Absolutely fine. Yeah, the little skid steer is doing a good job, and we've got 8,500 litres of eggs loaded up. Third trip up to the farm shop. And a solid 30,000 euros in eggs. That's not bad, is it? I think we need chicken food now. They are starting to pay off, so definitely want to keep them fed, and we've got a little while until we can harvest our own chicken feed, so this should be the last we need to buy, hopefully, but we do need to buy a little bit more. If you watch my revisit video on Are Chickens Profitable, I think it's still worth buying the chicken food. I think you still make enough money out of the eggs that you are there. It's definitely worth spending the money on buying the chicken feed. Again, the skid steer is perfect for this job too. A little bit of in cap. Actually found that fairly easy to get. Actually easier to get the tines lined up on the bags of wheat. So I think we're going to make some hay now. I recorded this quite a while ago. In fact, I think about a week ago, just with how things have worked out. But we're going to hook the tether to the back of the Unimog and the mower to the front, and we're going to make some single pass hay. So we've got this little bit of grassland in front of the shed that we're going to do, and then the area that we cleared at the start of the video, or between videos, with all the logs that we sold off at the start of the video, just to get us a bit more hay to keep the sheep and the horses going. I've been exploring maps recently, had a look around Westby again, and that map looks really good. The intimidating thing about Westby is there are so many farms that I find it really hard to pick, and I find it really hard to find them all, because I think there are 8 dairy farms and then another 9 beef pastures, and you have to own them for them to show on the map, and I found it really hard to find them all. But I really like the look of that map. I've had a look at Greenland, Nebraska, and again, that's a really nice looking map with some really nice farms on it. And also Maypole Farm, or Maypole, which again is a really nice looking map. There are so many good maps coming out now. It's getting to the point where it's really hard to think about fitting even a fraction of them in. Yeah, Maypole I really like. I kind of like how it's set up in that you can buy a really cheap farmyard, and then you have to buy the animal pens and stuff that go with it through buying the fields that they link to. I think that's a really cool idea. Really suits the way I play, kind of expanding and growing slowly most of the time, and I think it would really work on here with kind of this approach. So I'm really undecided where I'm going to take this series. I'm just going to play through until we finish, and that may take longer than I hope, because probably only going to get 1 video a week out of this if there are interesting things to do tutorials on, like course plate, bringing grapes in and proceed. If there aren't tutorials, we'll be doing 2 videos a week on here, but yeah, this might take me a little while, and I think once I get to the end, I'm just going to see what maps are out there and which maps I like the look of, and I'll then decide where we're going to go, because I'm confusing myself with all the options at the moment. Getting a decent amount of hay off of here. It's obviously not the greatest grass, it is just what was growing on the land under the forest that was here. So this whole patch of land was covered in trees when we started, and we have slowly worked our way through, and we've pretty much cleared all of the flat ground now. The trees that are left are mostly up in the hilly area. There are trees there we could cut if we need more wood, but I don't think we do now. But if we need a little injection of cash, we could sell some of those. we're going to get the windrower on the back of the John Deere and get this rode up. We have the stupidly huge windrower because it popped up in the sale. I'm going to repair the tractor and the loader because they're a bit battered. But yeah, this thing is so stupidly large for what we need, but it was a really good price in the store and I just couldn't resist. And it does make baling a bit quicker because, you know, this whole area is going to be one pass with the baler probably, which is kind of nuts. But you know, definitely not size appropriate for our farm, but it was cheap, so we're using it. We're going to get all of this windrowed up and then we'll break the baler out and see how many bales we get. I think this should be the last hay that we need to make on here. Probably not going to do another silage cut. I don't think we need that income. I would like to progress to harvesting that sugarcane that's next to us. Really am looking forward to tackling that. I need to check that the trailer we own is going to take sugarcane. We might have to buy another trailer. We're going to have to buy the harvester. We can't lease. If you're new to the series, there is no leasing on this series. But we're just going to buy it, use it, and sell it. It's going to be the pull behind one, which is about 70,000. I've been quietly hoping it will crop up in the sale, but it hasn't yet, and I don't think it's going to. But yeah, we'll buy it, use it, and then sell it. And then once all the harvesting is done on here, we will be moving on. Let's see how we do for bales. You see the bale fills up very quickly with these stupid size rows that we create. 4,500 litre bales because this baler only makes a fixed size of bale, so we can't make the bigger bales. And I made a bit of a mess when I was windrowing everything up in the end. But yeah, got like 3 or 4 main windrows out of all of that area, which does mean that the bales just fill up stupidly quick. There we go, another one, not even part way along the windrow. We'll use the skid steer to load up. I think it's really nice to be able to have something else to use rather than constantly having to work the old John Deere. She's up to 34 hours now. Wherever we go, I am going to take this tractor with us. It's been on this series since maybe the 3rd episode, and it's done a really good job, so I am going to take it with us and keep it running however we progress forwards. Yeah, just grab some random bits and do these 2 last big chunks, and that will be the baling done. And then we'll get the bale trailer, and can't remember actually. Yeah, I do put them on the bale trailer. I think we need to unload them still in the next video. I say it's about a week since I recorded this gameplay footage. I think I recorded it last weekend, and then got interested in doing a few tutorials, and those used up my my gaming time during the week this week, and slots to release videos during the week, because I don't want to do more than 1 video a day, because some days I don't have anything to release, and so it's kind of silly to cram a couple of videos into a day and then have a gap. Right, let's grab the bale trailer with the Unimog. See if we can not have it behave completely stupidly. And yeah, I think the skid steer with the pallet forks is going to be a good way of getting these bales on the trailer. Not sure if it will handle 2. We'll probably give that a go. See if we can pick 2 up at a time. Let's have a look. Yeah, no problem. It's a bit twitchy on the steering with 2 on the front, but you know, gonna get us loaded up quicker, hopefully. Apart from me doing that, I do end up throwing bales around a lot. I don't know if it's because I'm using pallet forks to handle bales or whether they are just kind of twitchy, but they do fly off a lot when we do a sharp turn, which is what skid steers are for. Yeah, so I think I'm waiting for the update to the PGA to be tested. It's a week through its wait now, so maybe a couple of weeks to go still. Do have a couple of other mods that are waiting for testing as well, and I'll tell you more about those as we get closer to them being released. Yeah, I think I'm out of ideas now for mods that I want to make. Basically what I've been doing is when there's a mod that I want that doesn't exist, If I can make it, I've been making it and then trying to submit it to ModHub. That is limited by the fact that I cannot do 3D modeling. I don't know how to use Blender. I'm not an particularly artistic kind of person, so yeah, we are having to use assets that are available. We'll just give the horses some hay, and then I think we'll call it a day. A little bit of a rhyme there. So thanks for watching, folks. Hit the like button, and I'll catch you next time on the survival challenge. Subscribe, comment, all that stuff. Don't smash the like button. If you smash it, you buy it. Let's give the sheep some hay as well. Catch you next time.